It's Katie Lee, and this is Katie Lee on Z103, the podcast, a replay of today's full show. Z103, it's Katie Lee. You know how they say that dogs take after their owners? Well, apparently mine's taken after me a little too much because I am a klutz. I injure myself at least weekly. Something's always wrong with me, but now so does my dog. Nix, I don't know how she does it, but she's always got something wrong with her. Always. Like, there is not one week where something isn't going on. Like, either she's got an upset tummy, or, like last night, we were outside playing around, and I was throwing the ball for her, and somehow she ended up cutting her toe. And she's done this before. It was just, last time it was just on her, like, her little toe bean, her little toe pad, but this time I think it was up more between her toes, and I have no idea how that happened, because we were playing on smooth surface the whole time. So, yeah, got her inside, and then after I got her in the house, it looked like it was a war zone, and trying to figure out how to get blood out of my carpet now. So if anybody knows how to do that, let me know. But yeah, I ended up having to get her wrapped up her foot in a sock, which honestly is fantastic. Brilliant. I have like a whole pile of socks that she's stolen from me and chewed holes into, but I kept them. Good thing I did, because I ended up using those to cover her foot, so blood didn't get all around the house, and that it would eventually, keep it clean. So I don't know how to get it to stop bleeding, though. My mom's watching it today. Hopefully it'll stop and it'll be good. But the dang kid keeps pulling off the sock bandage thing. I'm going to have to go to Walmart and get some bandages to wrap it up so she can't pull it off. So if anybody has any suggestions on what to do, let me know. 208-524-1033. If it's not one thing, it's another. At least she's not throwing up this time. Gosh, I can't wait for calving season to be over so she doesn't get tempted to go and eat all the things. Z103, it's Katie Lee. I've got your 2 o'clock tea for you today. A former NFL VP of officiating, Dean Blandino, says there's no conspiracy to make sure Taylor Swift and the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl. He said, quote, 150 million people are going to watch the Super Bowl regardless. Like, that's enough. Stop. I'm sorry. Taylor Swift is powerful, but, like, I don't think it's going to be, that's got nothing to do with it. Leonardo DiCaprio's friends think he has a new girlfriend, 26-year-old Italian Victoria Coretti, and it has him whipped, I guess. But he doesn't care because he's never been, quote, this in love or this devoted to a woman. Well, you probably could have found that sooner if you would have gotten out of the age 25. Just saying. Chappell Roan is very emo going into Sunday's Grammys. She says, quote, I'm very grateful for every one of you who gave my music a little spin and showed up to shows and festivals. So, cool. That's all I got for your 2 o'clock tea here on Z103. If you didn't know, Groundhog's Day is coming up on Sunday, and in honor of Groundhog's Day, there was a ranking of the most accurate weather predicting groundhogs in the U.S., and Punxsutawney Phil ranks 17th out of 19. Well, whatever he says this Sunday, we're just going to establish that it's not true. Katie Lee here on Z103, Idaho's #1 hit music channel. I'm not going to lie, I definitely am that person that really needs to somehow lock my phone so I can't get distracted, start scrolling in the middle of a project. And so, if you're like me, there is an app called STEPN. It helps you step away from your screen and into the real world. It was encourages users to take a break from your phones, and it offers a variety of activities and challenges that promote mindfulness and real-world engagement, whether it's, going for a walk, reading a book, trying a new hobby. It also provides the nudge you need to disconnect from the digital world and reconnect with life. I actually think I'm going to try it out, see if it can get me to stop scrolling TikTok when I'm not supposed to be scrolling TikTok, because it happens way too often. I have a book that I need to finish, but then somehow I end up on TikTok. So the app is called STEPN. I'm going to give it a try, and then I'll come back and tell you what I think about it if you also have the situation like I do. If you don't really care about the Super Bowl commercials anymore, like they're just not good, well, I have a way for you to spend your Super Bowl commercial time Twix has announced a contest that's running during the Super Bowl where viewers go to Twix's website during every commercial break and compete in a staring contest. And then one winner is actually going to win, like 2 actual gold bars. Interesting, but you know what? Why not? Z103, it's Katie Lee. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big fan of supporting local businesses here in East Idaho. EastIdahoNews.com recently did a story about Premier Powder Coating and Custom Fabrication in Rexburg. They are gearing up to celebrate 20 years of turning metal into masterpieces, which is awesome. They craft custom designs, powder coating, and they've been the go-to spot for all things metal since 2005. So the owner, Leo, credits their success to a creative and dedicated team. And one of their standout projects includes making embroidered charcoal lighters for 5-time world champion barbecuer Myron Mixon. That's pretty awesome. Like, I went and was looking through a bunch of this stuff, and they've got some talent. So check them out. And the full story is over at EastIdahoNews.com. Katie Lee here on Z103, Idaho's #1 hit music channel. The I Want to Know question of the day. What's something you always spend the money on because it's worth it? 208-524-1033 or on Facebook at Z103 Idaho. For me, obviously, it's my dog. But something that's not like a living animal, plant, or whatever. Something that I always spend the money on is good shoes. Okay, like the good shoes that are going to support your feet, your arches, whatever. This is my old lady brain talking to me right now. I always have good shoes that are going to last. I don't buy cheap ones. I buy name brand ones because I know that they're going to last me and they're going to give me good support. So just saying, sometimes you get what you pay for when it comes to shoes, jeans, shirts, things like that. That's a big thing in my world. So what is something you always spend the money on because it's worth it? Over on Facebook at Z103 Idaho. I love this answer. Stacy says, myself. Good, as you should. You should always spend money on yourself because guess what? You are totally worth it. Teresa says, my dogs. Yes. Sharon says food. Food is definitely always worth it. I agree. But what type of food? What type of food is always worth the money spending? So, like the big money, like, are we going for a name brand item? Are we not? What are we doing? Let me know. So what is something you always spend the money on because it's worth it? 208-524-1033 or on Facebook at Z103 Idaho. From the amount of content that they're talking about the Super Bowl, is that this weekend or is that next weekend? I don't follow the Super Bowl. I don't even know who's playing, but I probably should know when it is. Because for the 7th consecutive year, Buffalo Wild Wings is offering customers free wings if the Super Bowl goes into overtime. So I probably need to know when it is so I can go get free wings, just in case. Z103, it's Katie Lee. Got your heart-to-heart for today. Have you ever heard of a chaos day? What if once a month we had a designated chaos day? So basically, it's a day where you abandon the to-do list that you have written down, you ignore the laundry, and you just exist in the mess. I don't know, eat cake for breakfast, wear mismatched socks. I do that every day. You can binge watch garbage TV, take a random drive with no destination, just do random things. Make it seem chaotic. Do whatever you want. I feel like we spend so much time keeping it together, trying to be on track, but I don't know. Letting it all fall apart for just one day, what if it actually helps you reset? There's no pressure, no productivity, no guilt, and it's just you embracing that beautiful disaster we all call life. So, take a chaos day. I feel like our sanity would thank us for it. Z103, it's Katie Lee. All right, so I wanted to talk to you guys about something real quick. I've been trying to decide. I have been reading books a lot lately, and my sister loves her Paperwhite Kindle thingamajiggy. I don't know. She loves reading it on her Kindle. And I've always been a person that has loved reading the actual physical books. But it's also getting really inconvenient when I have to haul the book everywhere I go. And then it also ends up ruining the book. But I love having the book sit on my shelf. It's like, I finished you. You're done. You're my trophy book now. You're going to sit on the shelf until I decide to read you again. But at the same time, do I get a Paperwhite, a Kindle? Let me know what you think. 208-524-1033. Which do you find better? Audiobooks are out of the question because I can never pay attention. I always get distracted, and then I end up missing like half the books. So audiobooks, not for me. Do you like the actual physical book or reading from a Kindle or an iPad? 208-524-1033. I also have a little poll going on our Facebook group at IMZ103. Let me know which one you think is better and which one I should try. Z103, it's Katie Lee, and I've got your Daily Dummy for you today. So, I don't know how this guy got this out of the house. He probably would not think that he would steal this, but yeah, just listen to the story. 40-year-old guy, Tennessee, his name is Rodriguez. He was caught after allegedly breaking into a home last week and stealing a toilet. Now, I know your mind immediately jumped over to, why would you steal that? That's disgusting. It's filled with stuff and gross little liquids and things like that. It was actually still new in the box. And so nobody really knows what his plan was, but he reportedly got the box out of the house and was preparing to leave the property when he realized he had been caught. Nobody knows if he'd heard the alarm or he saw a camera, but he started dragging the toilet back towards the house and then ran off, jumped the fence, and then police caught up with him a little while later, where he was charged with aggravated burglary. But I just want to know, what the heck was he going to do with the toilet? Like, I know maybe you could sell it on Facebook Marketplace for a couple $100, especially since it's new. Nobody wants to buy a used toilet. But I just want to know what his idea was with this. And how the heck he got it out of the house in the first place. Those things are impossible to carry unless you got a dolly or somebody else to carry it around with you. Such a weird thing. Everybody keep a hold of your toilets. Your new ones. Nobody wants your used ones. Z103, it's Katie Lee, and I am out of here for the day, my friends. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening. Y'all stay safe, stay legit, be awesome, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for listening to Katie Lee on Z103, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Katie Lee on Z103 is hosted by Katie Lee and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com.